For this purpose, well, to try to give an answer to these issues, there were two independent projects started here in Pisa who tried to, in the wide scenario of many existing crowdsourcing platform or open innovation platform, to try to give a contribution with platforms that were trying to solve some of these open problems or issues. The first one is called the Rent a Solver. Was an idea of the Professor Ferragina, which has left. And the PhD Plus project as a whole, yes. And the idea behind it is that you want to connect the enterprises not with an indistinct crowd, but with the research academic world. There's a parallel issues not mentioned above. This is true for the methodology, for the paradigm, but there's a problem intrinsic in the Italian, at least. I don't know about how strong is it outside Italy. Research world that is very concentrated only on scientific publication and so on, and it doesn't have this projection into the enterprise business world. I would say also ordinary people life world. So the idea is one of the idea behind this Rent a Solver platform is to try to create a connection that could be, of course, for the mutual benefit of the two worlds. The connection can be in two directions. Can be a top-down, so the enterprise look for a solution to one of his problems or want to innovate something, and is looking for very specific competencies or very innovative state-of-the-art technologies, which usually can be found only in public research center in Italy, because there's basically no private researcher. The few that are there, they have the closed innovation paradigm. But this problem can be not just the Italian one, because everywhere the research is providing advanced solution that before they can go to the private sector, there's time passes. But it can be also the other way around. It is the researchers that self-candidate to respond to challenges from the enterprise, or even have a marketplace where to propose their solution, their ideas, their products. As I said, this project was born within the PhD Plus project, so it's all University of Pisa, and it's aimed at the community of the researchers and professors of the University of Pisa. And CNR, anyway, of the various research institutions. What are the distinctive features of this, which, of course, the basic is there's a marketplace for research and the possible implementation of research in the business world. It has a dedicated area for the definition of the problem, because, of course, the complex problems need to be divided into simpler problems, so that for each one there can be an expert having already maybe the solution ready, but or the same problem can have different solution, and each one then can have his own group of people working to have it prototyped and then produce it and so on. So the other issue is also how to manage the group building, and of course the platform try to give an answer to this problem. A part of this is the way it solves this is using a very clever algorithm to select the tags for the various problems, so that to make it easier to tackle the previous two issues. The other platform is called Lilit, which stands for Living Labs per l'Industria Toscana. The need behind this was not to, as in Rent a Solver, to provide the link between a research world, which usually tend to be a bit self-referential, to the business world, but was to bring an open innovation approach to traditional problem solving that was seen in the economic and tissue, and also sometimes the research tissue or the area. For that reason, we started the Living Lab in 2008, precisely with the idea to create a platform that was able to merge the open innovation and the crowd sourcing paradigm. And we got funded in 2011 by the institution in the spirit of Living Labs, where the institution participates in the process of open innovation. To create, with this project, Living Labs per Industria Toscana, Lilit, the acronym, and the platform. Again, the platform is a more or less a standard part, which is the forum, even though it's a very advanced one, but still a forum where people, is the place where people interact. But it has some unique additional tool that guarantees that you can really tackle the various issues we have mentioned. There's to protect the IP of people, the ideas of people, and to make them feel comfortable that they can collaborate without the risk of having their ideas stolen. There's an IPR tracking tool which monitors the conversation and automatically in an objective way assign to each participant, okay, these things it was said by you and not by someone else, and also decompose the various ideas into the contributions coming. It's able to track the contribution also when they assemble and aggregate into successive steps of the creative process in new ideas and new developments. There's also a team builder so that it can help guaranteeing the multidisciplinarity and so on of the team solving a certain issues. Plus is under the implementation an instrument that tries to suggest creative hints, so that it can support the creativity process even more, as we have seen in the second part, that about creativity methodologies to support creativity. The idea is that the two platforms that were conceived independently can actually strengthen each other and can be put into synergy, because Rent Solver has various advantages. It guarantees the access to frontier in the research, high excellence in the research, and so in the ideas that can be, or in the technologies that can be used and harnessed. It's a tool that can is very suited when the enterprise wants a direct contact with the expert. Doesn't want to use not everyone wants to use the crowd. Maybe it's just more efficient to go, okay, this is the problem about a very specific technical things. Who's the best in your field at the University of Pisa? Okay, let's try to work together. And the quality in this is guaranteed by the fact that, of course, you address to the people who are already providing excellence and a very particular focus on specific problems. Lilit is a bit complementary. It can be used by a wider community, which means that maybe not all of them are the excellence in their fields, but they can provide a different point of view. You can have evaluation from the final user and so on. So the other advantages of the other model, the more crowd-based model. And in this way, you can solve or address a wider spectrum of challenges and problems. Instead of very technical ones, it can have also design problems and so on that maybe the other platform is not the focus, is not that interesting. The quality here maybe is guaranteed using other tools that helps you a pre-selection of the team that is the best for that particular task. The two approach and platforms can, of course, can exchange. Actually, they should to get the best one of each other. People, competencies, information, and problems or projects to develop. For example, once an enterprise is posted in the marketplace its problem and it has been decomposed, there are, say, 5 subtasks. 3 of them can be solved by experts of the University of Pisa. 2 of them maybe require a different approach and are then passed to the Lilit community, and they try to solve them using a different approach. or the other way around. The Lilit community produces some new developments and then searches for the research world or the business world that they are in the marketplace to start a new phase of development. So now I'll show you a few screenshots, but what we wanted to do is definitely try to have have you seen the tool live. So after that we connect to internet and try to show you the tools, but also we would like to try a live demo of them with you all. Okay, these are screenshot of the Rent-A-Solver platform. This is basically the home where you get, as you can see, there's at the moment it's a very simple interface, but we want to keep it that way because too much information is equal to no information. You can start a new project. You can or see if there are projects going around that suits you, or manage existing projects. Each participant can be invited to particular projects because the moderator have recognized his suitability for that particular problem, or can self-apply to projects he can see. And of course, the moderator decide whether to accept or not that self-contribution. This is, for example, is an example now you request for new projects. There's a subject, a group of users of reference, and so on. We will see a live case of that one, right? No, but not now. I'm just saying that. And then you can create a project, for example, by choosing the category or categories of reference. The kind you see is okay. Sorry, it's a bit fuzzy. It's written is the typology of challenges. This is a brainstorm or direct contact with the solvers and so on. There are various options. And there's an ontology, the one related to tags, that helps you categorize in a clever way the kind of project you want to create. Sorry. And after that, again, there's the moderator, either by looking who's doing what, and either by selecting the self application, select the potential, the interested people for that particular project. Few screenshots from the other project, and then we try to have you see the real thing instead of just slides. This is the lead. Okay, you create an account as in many other social networks. Maybe you can use your own credential from other like LinkedIn and so on. You compile your profile, and this is very important to compile it with all the skills that you have, so that the team builder can use this information to see if you are a good match for the particular kind of challenge of problem. As in the Rent-A-Solver, you have your project. Here you have your discussion, the one you want to participate are in your carnet. And there's also a page where you can the one who create the discussion can select the typology and the topic and so on, and post, of course, the content. You see also other requirements, constraints, so the information that are needed both to the solvers and to the algorithm to determine what's the best arrangement. You can select the community. For example, if you want to use the same community as the Rent-A-Solver, you just select Unimap as a relevant community. Few words about the tools which are in the Lilit platform. There's the team builder as this procedure. There's a post with a problem. It is analyzed, and it is put in correlation within the information about the solvers. Of course, there's also an algorithm to update the profile, not just with the new things that the user himself puts in his profile, like updating the LinkedIn, but also using the automatically generated information coming from the discussion the solver has participated. If it turns out that I'm very good at solving that particular kind of problems because I'm always give a good contribution, the software detects it and updates my skills in the profile. So that in the end I can arrive to the dream team to solve the posted problem. Okay, this is just a screenshot about the team builder, so that you select people. And this is a screenshot about the timeline of the discussion. There's a moderator, and here is highlighted in blue, which has the possibility, for example, to okay, this is a technical detail about the way you don't reply to all posts. You only reply to. You have to open a new thread instead of nesting too many replies. So the moderator basically, apart from the discussion, avoiding, can manage also this aspect of going to parent post and so on, replies. And people participate to the discussion. At the end of the discussion, when one solution is determined in various ways, either the enterprise or the participant, the vote, and so on, there's one solution which is better than the others, or a pool of solutions. Then the IPR tracking tool, in an automatic way, so that we hope it's objective, assign the contribution. You see, solver 1, 2, 3, 4 have contributed to this discussion in this amount. Okay, about the philosophy behind it, I'll talk later. This is a very okay. Maybe this one we can see live, or but in the meanwhile, I'll give a few words about that. Yeah. I hope not. I mean, not me, but I don't know about the. But go ahead. Yep. Yes. Exactly. Otherwise, there would be influence bias. Exactly. So it's anonymized. Well, at the end, it will. Yes. Yes. Well, we are thinking whether to it has, but it's more related to the way you improve your profile. So the next time your reputation is embedded in your profile in a sense. It's not that everyone is not for show off. It's not that. Sorry, maybe I didn't get the. Yes. Yes. Who has? Yes, yes, yes. That's the main point of the algorithm. You have to track every single piece of contribution. Otherwise, this chart wouldn't. No. It's not a voting. You can do a voting at the end, saying okay who, but this again it has its disadvantages. It has its advantages. So this process is basically based on really tracking with the semantic tools and a knowledge database, the technical content of things. Various people, including myself. Oh, I hope so. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's not a it has to be. Maybe there are issues we didn't consider, but yes, I think it's a starting point for making collaborative crowdsourcing working. Well, later we will try a live demo, so we'll see how much time we have. So maybe I'll try to be very quick. A case study, because it's a nice one, about the year at the University of Pisa was this emotional robot that was able to reproduce human facial expressions, and it's used for the treatment of autistic children, so that they can learn in a more relaxed environment with the robot and not with the person to recognize emotions. And the idea was to try to find new application, new uses for this robot. It was posted on the Lilit website. There were 13 solvers with different backgrounds. And in 17 days, there were 52 contributions. Of course, not everyone contributed the same amount, but almost everyone tried to give his contribution. This is a chart about the different fields of application. In the end, there was a selection. The final selection in this case was made by the voting, because there was no no enterprise saying, okay, I choose. So the 13 services said, okay, among these contributions, these 4 solutions are the best one according to these 5 parameters: relevance with the statement, feasibility. See, yeah. I mean, the problem was very broad. We have a product, which is the face robot, and we want to find a new application for it. So it was more than technical development, was what can we do in other areas, not just for treating children, which of course wonderful, but the product is interesting. And so there were, of course, a lot of medical application, but it could be used also in entertainment and so on. The 4 solutions, where these are the chart about the contribution given by the IPR tool. Of course, some people contributed more to certain areas and so on. There are not 0 contribution, which means that, of course, there's a bit of noise, and a contribution below a certain threshold of 3% of this. The software compute, even if it's 0.00001, is still assign it. So, of course, you had to put a threshold. But what is interesting, and this is a not technical aspect of it, it's more a philosophical, political decision, is that when you aggregate the 4, so each you have can have contributed very not enough to each single solution, but you have a pool of good solution. You may have given a small contribution to all of them, and summed together, you can have had an impact on the final success of the whole project. So, is it fair to first cut off the small contribution and after that aggregate, or is better and fairer to first aggregate so that this small contribution can there's one person, for example, that otherwise wouldn't get a final reward, but if you sum up, he contributed maybe not to a single idea in a striking way, but still he did this part. So that in the final chart, there are more winners. Okay, there's a threshold anyway, but there are more winners than there would have been with looking just a single of the 4, one of the individual 4 solutions. Okay, now I stop talking, and I hope we can try a live demo with you.